Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey y'all, welcome back to Cleats and Receipts. This is episode 2 where we will be breaking down week 6 of the NFL. Things got crazy, you hear me? Things got crazy. So, pull up a chair, grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your drink, and let's sit down and talk about it. First things first. As y'all all know, we're starting off with the Denver Broncos, okay? We're starting off with the Denver Broncos. Now, Broncos Country to the front. Yes, we went across the pond. Yes, we played in London. Yes, we beat the Jets. That game was horrible. Boring and horrible. A piss-poor display of football. Well, on the offensive side. Now, our defense, our 2025 Denver Bronco defense, y'all wait till we come up with a name for them. Y'all just wait, because, baby, this defense has 30 sacks on the season, 9 sacks in that last game. And with these 30 sacks, we are now slated to surpass the 2015 no-fly zone Super Bowl winning champion defense that had 52 sacks. They had 52 sacks on the season. We have 30 through week 6. That is dangerous. Dangerous. But with the good of Denver, there is also the bad. And baby, the bad this week was our offense. Bo looked good coming out. First half was pretty good. Got the only touchdown of the game. And I can't even blame it on Bo. I can't even be mad. Sean Payton and these play calls are a little suspect. Like, also, get your O-line under control. Like, get your offense under control. Garrett Bowles, again, is doing Garrett Bowles things. Why are you hugging and cuddling in the end zone, just giving up free points? The 2 points to the Jets, not only was it a safety, whoever wants a safety, but it also gave them the lead. Imagine if that would have lost us the game. And then Pratt, however you pronounce his name. Do you know how hard it is to get Troy Franklin to catch, hold, and move with the ball? He did just that. And you was hugging and cuddling back there. So that just got negated. Like, the offense has to show some type of discipline. We have to get it together. Because continuing to play like this, we're not going to beat teams like the Jets. Like, it's like we're not playing to win. We're playing to lose. I just don't get it. I do not get it, and I don't understand it, and I want our offense to get it together. Because if our offense just brought it up even a little bit with the way our defense is playing, Super Bowl caliber team. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's talk about what happened around the league. Let's talk the tea. Let's talk the tape. Let's talk the drama and all things that make football fun. Let's take it to the film room real quick, okay? Let's talk about some plays this week that were tea. First things up, we have the 31 yards of disrespect between Dakota and Pickens. All right, let's watch it together. You got Dak in shotgun, clean pocket, eyes locked. George Pickens is on the release like he's late to brunch. Did you see that? Did you see that run? Then Dakota drops a dime right over the corner's head, and Pickens switches it up midair, catches the grab, and hurdles the safety like it was nobody's business. Do you think you're Saquon or something, sir? That wasn't a catch. That was disrespectful. Trust, timing, and pure disrespect. That was great. That was great. It has Bryant 45 yards of mayhem. All right, let's look at it. Baker is in scramble mode. 3rd and long. Pocket is collapsing. There's chaos everywhere. He rolls out, keeps his eyes downfield, and launches it. Rookie Tez Bryant tracks it perfectly, pulls it in. First career touchdown. That play was vintage Baker. Reckless, fearless, and somehow he landed it. All right, we've talked about some good plays. Let's talk about some terribly executed plays. All right, so the first half of this play was pretty good. The Jets, they get a fake punt. It's successful. Like, it's great. They're going into the half. They have one run, one sack, and then it's halftime. Like, there was time still on the clock, and they just stood there like statues, didn't move. Me, as a Broncos fan, across the field was yelling, do something, anything, something. They didn't do anything. Of course, Garrett Wilson was having a daggone aneurysm on the sideline. Looked like he was about to smack the fire out of Aaron Glenn. Because what was that? Then the Bears and the Commanders. All they had to do was hand the ball off and run out the clock. Instead, the ball hits the turf, the Bears score, and Washington loses. Dan Quinn said, and I quote, "You don't deserve to win that way." I agree, big dog, you don't. Let's get ready to rumble, because that's exactly what Brian Branch did. So clearly I missed whatever was going on during the actual game when it was getting handsy, but there was talks that it was handsy. End of the game, he decides that he just does not want to. He don't want to dap it up with. He don't want to dap it up with Mahomes, and that's fine. That's a grown man. That's your prerogative. Here come Juju. Here come Juju. Here come Juju. So Brian said, "Out of here, young boy! Like, what's up?" And then Juju proceeded to get hands and feet put on him in a very comedic way. Like that, I'm gonna put the clip. But him with Brian like this, with Juju like that clip, hilarious. All right, let's move on to some more tea, because somebody got fired. Yeah, so Callahan's out of there after starting 1-5. Bad practices, bad vibes. I mean, isn't this what Jeffrey Simmons said a couple weeks ago? The locker room needed more than a pep talk, and clearly Callahan wasn't the one to give it. So they're out of there. I think his name is Hickabee. He's up next on the mic. We'll see. I honestly think that it's time for Cam to sit down a little bit. Who is the Titans backup? I think it's about time for him to sit down, and they probably should have got Flacco. They should have traded for Flacco, actually. Get a vet in there. Flacco known to help a quarterback or two. All right. Grab your receipts. Grab the phone for the receipts. So, y'all was saying some crazy things last week, and we're going to talk about it. The Bengals' problem stems slowly from Joe Burrow's injury and a poor backup. They have more issues than just that. Y'all expected Pete Carroll to go into... Where are they playing now? They not in Oakland. Vegas, they play. I think he actually said he was going to come in and give them some what did he say? Structure? Geno Smith leads the leagues in picks. Where's the structure? The Chargers, their O-line is still playing peekaboo. The Ravens are not fine without Lamar. The Titans, we just talked about them. The one take that I can agree with, and this is a very good receipt. Somebody out there has said that the Patriots were going to look like something. They just had 2 statement wins back to back, so they are looking like something, and Drake May is playing amazing football. All right, let's talk sidelines, because the girls ate down this week. As you know, the Jets Wags and the Broncos Wags were in London, and they showed up and showed out. From the neutrals to the trench coats to just the London I'm rich vibe, showed up and showed out. Simone Biles said, love me, say that you love me, with her man face all over her body. I mean, hey, when you are the world's greatest gymnast and you are also a wag, you can do what you want. But we're also going to talk about and spotlight a wag who did not show up clothes-wise, but showed up in other ways for her man. That's my man, and I'm going to stick beside him, is what she said. Dana Flacco found out her husband was traded, immediately started helping him with the playbook. Like, was coaching and quizzing him on the calls and the plays. If that's not for better or for worse, I don't know what is, baby. She said, you're going to succeed here, okay? Okay. All right. With that sound, y'all know that is the 2-minute warning. Quick huddle up, quick huddle up, quick huddle up. 7, we have the Raiders at the Chiefs, which I know it sounds very one-sided, but this is an AFC divisional game, and it might get a little testy. I want to see how the Raiders show up to play this week. The Bucks at the Lions, that's going to be a very, very, very good game, I think. That is a Monday night game. The Lions are coming off this loss to the Chiefs, whereas the Bucks are just rolling. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think we're going to have a good one there. I am going to take the Bucks, though. Falcons and the 49ers. Now, if the Falcons defense plays any bit of how they played Monday night against the Bills, the 49ers might be in trouble a little bit. That's also a game to watch. The Eagles at the Vikings. Everybody knows that ever since that NFC playoff game, the Vikings have played the Eagles terribly hard and terribly close. The Eagles losing 3 back-to-back, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody's head's going to roll. But that's all for this week's Cleats and Receipts. Follow, tag, argue in the comments. Leave a rating, leave a review. Until next week, may your quarterback stay upright and your receipts stay clean. Love y'all.